Food preservation isn't just a hobby. It's a fundamental skill for any homesteader. Today, we show you one of the simplest fermentations, sauerkraut. We'll cover the required tools, the precise ingredient ratios, and touch on the safety protocols needed to ferment without fear. Please double check these safety protocols online before you get started. We also show how we fixed a fairly common problem with this kind of ferment. This is our cabbage harvest. It wasn't a banner year, but fermentation is actually the perfect solution for a mediocre crop. For the hardware, we're upgrading to these 1.5-gallon fermentation vessels. Unlike open crocks, these are designed with a water-sealed airlock system, which is critical for creating the anaerobic environment needed. One thing you can use to shred cabbage is a mandolin, but we ended up not using it. We're adding carrots to the mix. Beyond flavor, carrots are rich in natural sugars, which help kickstart the bacteria. We're also using fermentation weights and, critically, a digital scale. Precision is key here. These misshapen carrots from our harvest are perfect candidates for processing. Sterilization is the most important ingredient. Ensure your workspace is completely sterile, and make sure you have a big enough workspace in large enough containers. To start, you simply start chopping the cabbage to your desired thickness. Make sure you weigh everything as you go and make a note of it. The most important variable in this entire process is your salt ratio. We weigh the total vegetable mass, here roughly 3,000 grams, and we calculate exactly 2% of that weight in salt. That came out to roughly 57 grams. Now, use non-iodized salt only. Iodine is an antimicrobial agent that can inhibit the good bacteria that we're trying to cultivate. Now we mix the salt into the vegetables. You need to massage the mixture aggressively to break down the cell walls and release the natural water within the cabbage. At some point, we ran into an issue. Our mixture didn't release enough natural brine to submerge the cabbage. This often happens with cabbage that's been in storage too long, or because of the variety of cabbage. It's a problem because if everything is exposed to air, it will mold. In the end, though, we did fix this. The old school technique of making sure everything is submerged under the liquid is to put cabbage leaves on top. We also use glass weights as an extra measure. Secure the lid and fill the airlock with water. This allows CO2 to escape without letting oxygen back in. The exact same principle used in brewing beer or wine. Now the bacteria takes over. Checking in 24 hours later, the liquid level was still too low. The solution is simple. We mixed the water solution at that same 2% salinity ratio and topped off the vessel until the weights were covered. 2 weeks later, the fermentation is complete. The longer it sits at this point, the more lactic acid is produced, making it more sour but less crunchy. It's a balance of sour versus texture. And at the end of the day, it's a matter of personal taste. And there you have it, a controlled, safe fermentation that turns your raw harvest into gut-healthy probiotics. Winter is here and the homestead is a lot slower, but we are already prepping for next season. We're currently testing soil samples for the spring garden, and we're prepping a video on snow seeding, a cold stratification technique for seeding our newly cleared pasture. So like and subscribe so you don't miss out, and comment below on your own fermentation adventures.